So 42 no more cano. Journalists won't be saying say Chelsea or 42 players. No say no credit. The 42 no car. He was telling the journalists that the 42 no can only be free because he is working with 22. And
44.
And you credit. So at least that sky for one bomb fucking.
All right, so
made you on a place.
Yeah,
boy home.
25 minutes to 7. Enzo says
Dela.
what is happening in Chelsea is it is impossible for him to train. And hey, that be 44.
But Dela, is he not right? Is he not right?
We've spoken about this policy.
Exactly, because
I mean, do your news, your tidbits, and let's go. Me and Cassie.
Rather, is he the one hosting the show?
I'm even surprised. You come and take this year, you come.
You know, Dela, before the Conference League playoff against Servette, he was asked a specific question on Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell. And he said he was not being brutal. In fact, he's an honest person. He engaged these players before the season commenced. That, I mean, if you can't compete, you can leave, because then he wants a competitive squad. That's what he told them. And then the journalists went ahead to ask him that, how can you work with all these players? And that's why he was giving the explanation. But I mean, exactly, but technically he's right. Okay?
But he doesn't have 42 players. Well, he was debunking what he have 42 players.
No,
on that list that Sky did, a lot of them are even academy players. But so how is that having 42 players?
So they are not part of the...
No.
How many
in a Premier League, you can only register 25.
Yes.
So you can't... It's not possible.
So he's saying that. The number you have is beyond that 25.
Good.
And Enzo Maresca, he cannot coach. He cannot run a session.
It is because... what he's saying... Let's look at it in the context of what he's saying.
I don't know
what he's saying is that almost everybody in the UK that sat on TV is that, how can he coach? It is Chelsea is a mess. And he said, what are you telling me? I'm working with just 22 players. So why are you having pity for me?
22,
I'm okay.
22, 23 or 21.
Yes.
Not even specific.
Because Felix was coming. Because Felix was coming. Because all of these things were there. But Dela, what the Chelsea owners have said, it is straightforward though. They said that they are buying the best talent in the world to create a talent pool at Cobham. If you are good enough, when you come, prove your method that you are good enough and you stay.
Or not, then you loan them.
Oh, yes, if you're not good, we'll sell it for money. Chelsea bought Omari Hutchison from Arsenal's academy for nothing. Chelsea have sold him for 20 million to Ipswich Town. So how is somebody sitting somewhere saying that this is a mess? But he's making money.
Is your coach
yes, last night Chelsea have now sold Romelu Lukaku for 30 million.
Yes.
Chelsea is getting close to net zero in this transfer window. They've sold Caleb Williams, Humphries. All of these boys never played. Diego Moreira. They've gone to Strasbourg, 6.8 million. These are players that Chelsea didn't buy for anything.
So you see,
what Chelsea's plan is simple. And if you listen to someone like David Austin, he explains it brilliantly. He says that, okay, let's go around the world. Let's buy the best talent. Put them in Cobham. When they come, let them compete among themselves. On the right,
you've made that point already.
Yes. So when they come and they work, they play for Chelsea. They're not good enough. We sell them.
Fact is that there is a surplus of players in Chelsea now. Even with all that you're saying, there's still a surplus.
Exactly.
The coach says that
and they will still buy.
They need to clear those.
No, the coach says that he doesn't have a problem because he doesn't even see these guys. He doesn't talk to them.
So now those guys are supposed to leave.
Yeah, they will leave.
Including the Chilwells, the Sterling and all that.
Exactly.
Or the Disasi,
but even for us now,
Chukwuemeka and all that.
Today. You are taking Vieira back to Portugal.
Yeah, on loan.
No. Whether on loan. I'm saying that whether on loan or not, you are taking Vieira back. You bought Vieira about 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, so
has it worked? There was Vieira. You've gone on to buy Mikel Merino. So why is it that people keep on saying that? Okay, you have Raheem Sterling. Why you buying João Felix? But then why is Arsenal buying Merino?
Have your mind.
No, but I just want to be clear on something. Did Fiifi-Manfred say that Chelsea bring in these scouts?
Yeah, that's their plan.
Across the globe. And get the best of talent.
Yeah.
But when was the last time these players were promoted to the first team? I mean, the senior
Cole Palmer just came straight to the first team.
Cole Palmer?
Yes.
But
did you bought it from England for nothing? But straight to the first team.
But where did he come from?
Exactly. Where did he come from?
City's academy. He had never played Premier League football.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's across the globe.
So what you are saying is that you assemble the best of talent.
Yeah.
With the intent of selling them, not having them
Chelsea
in your first team.
Noni Madueke from the Eredivisie. Nobody knew him. He's in the team.
How
Malo Gusto. I'm giving you the names. Malo Gusto. He was from the French League. from Lyon.
But we I knew him. But we knew this
because it's your job. Because it is your job. So you know Malo Gusto. By the time nobody knew Malo Gusto. Today in English Premier League, Malo Gusto is part of the top 2 best right backs from last season. No, these are numbers that are there. I'm not the one who is just saying. Nicholas Jackson last season scored combination of 14 goals last season. He was at Villarreal. Nobody knew him from Villarreal.
What do you mean by nobody?
And when I say nobody knew, I don't mean that nobody. But I mean, if you take 10 football fans,
you see the impression you want to create.
No, let me finish, please. If we take 10 football fans, about if now the sports journalists, about one person knew Nicholas Jackson. Yes, out of 10, that would have been the ardent viewer of the La Liga. Nicholas Jackson has come. The stock level of Nicholas Jackson has increased. If today Chelsea says we don't want Nicholas Jackson, Chelsea will not sell him for the 23 million that they bought him for. And I think that the brilliant part is that almost everybody, almost everybody in the English Premier League that is struggling to sell. Manchester United has Scott McTominay. They can't sell Scott McTominay.
They are selling.
What they sold him to? He was linked to Fulham. Fulham said, no, let me end. He was linked to Fulham. Napoli came in yesterday. He was linked to Fulham. No, let me finish. He was linked to Fulham. Fulham went to buy Sandy Berg, a player that Manchester United wanted to replace McTominay with. The Fulham thing just came. Do you think that Napoli are going to buy McTominay? We are here. We are just 7 days to go. Scott McTominay for the wage of 200,000 and more. That's why Chelsea is giving these boys long contracts, small amount of wage. Because if you fail in the next 2 or 3 years, we still have 4 years to sell you. And your wage is not outrageous. That's why all the Sterling, Lukaku, Chilwell, the expensive wage and
I think that you have nothing more to add.
No, but you see, I have listened to some of these discussions, especially in the foreign media, and I get very surprised sometimes the way they talk about some of these things. You see, so Fifi is talking about the wage bill at Chelsea, and go and check all these players that have come in. They are taking between 60 and 70,000 pounds a week. 60-70,000 pounds a week.
The small boys.
So even Moses Caicedo, with all the amount of money that was splashed on him, for him to come from Brighton and go back home, takes 150,000 pounds a week. Kupama, until recently, was taking less than 100,000 pounds a week.
75,000.
Yes. So the Mudryk is taking 97,000 pounds a week. Looking at players whose combined contracts is, if you check Sky Sports and the transfer market did this search the other time, and they've come up with a figure that if you look at Chelsea's players now, they have a combined 191 years left on their contract. 191 years left on their contract.
But it's not for all of them.
Yes. But is it not staggering? Is it not huge?
It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't make any.
You think so?
Yes. Convince me.
You think so?
Yes, sir.
So what I was saying is that, you see, people want to talk about the numbers, but they don't want to find out why we have those numbers. Yeah. I think that why is always very important. Of course, Chelsea has 43, 42, whatever number of players in their squad now. And the last time I checked, about 15 of the players are under Carlo Curicini, former goalkeeper of the team. He's coaching the 15 now. Okay. And with another coach called Ed Brand, he's acting as his assistant. We are 15. Okay. Some media houses want to call the bomb squad. That's what they call them, the bomb squad.
The bomb squad.
And I also call them the lone squad.
Okay.
Because
it's still a part of them.
Yes.
Okay.
The bombs is part of the bomb squad or the lone squad, whichever way you want to call them. So the idea is that these players are there, and the intention is to keep them active, train. They don't train at the same time with the first team or those who are in the first team. They train at separate times so that they don't even have to get to contact with the first team. So that's been the arrangement. Okay. But what I'm saying is that there's a reason why Chelsea is buying all these players, and people are not looking at that. I'm surprised that people want to look at the number, but they don't want to look at the why. And that is one reason why. And sometimes I guess when I hear some people talk about all this, because there's a reason. There's a reason why Chelsea is getting all these numbers, and the reason is Chelsea is operating a multi-team system now. Which system is the reason why Thomas Tuchel left? more reason why, to some extent, Pochettino also left. Because the idea is to get a lot of these players, young players, Seba William, Kendrick Paez, those guys, young players, you buy them, and most of them are even on loan with their parent clubs. And when it comes to the counting of the number of players that Chelsea have, they will add those players. But they are on loan. Because some of them have not even attained 80 years for them to come to the Premier League and play in England. They have to attain their maturity before they come to England. And they are playing on loan. Okay. As we speak now, most of the players are penciled to leave. Raheem Sterling I hear is being quoted by similar and some other clubs. Amano Broja definitely will go to Ipswich.
Even Crystal Palace as well.
Yes, and Kenny Chukwuemeka, they all leaving. All these players are leaving. They all leave. So hopefully by the time we hit 30th of this month, most of these players will have gone.
Okay, all right. So it's a good one. Okay, good policy for Chelsea.
Chelsea bought
to help them win the league.
Chelsea bought a boy called Estevao Willian. Yeah. The Brazilians say that after Neymar, he's the biggest thing that's happened.
But he's been invited to the Brazilian
national team. That's exactly where I'm coming. 17 years, he has been invited to the Brazilian national team to play in the qualifiers against Paraguay and Ecuador.
When Arsenal bought Theo Walcott, he played for the England national team at the age of
that was a record.
17.
But your accents about the players important.
It did happen or not?
Happen
or not?
Arsenal's most expensive player that they sold, their best player for their academy. MS Smith Rowe, 30 million pounds. Arsenal for that. I want to 30 million pounds. Goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale is still on their books. They can't sell him. They do. There are a lot of people that come. So once they should show money. When we go, we sell. Are you not surprised that when we go, we just take
but
sell?
Do you know how much after using Emil Smith Rowe for all these years? Do you know how much we sold?
30 million per
32.
32. That's 2 years. Wakanda be best academy player. Wakanda be best academy player ever in the history of Arsenal. Put me to 32 million.
If we
still can't have best to you, man.
Look, we've made good money from players. Okay, Charlie, let's go down.
Yeah, so you know, I'm attending a wedding program this year, right?
We all know,
yeah. A friend just sent me his wedding donation.
Oh, okay.
£10 from the UK. It came 205 Ghana cedis. £10 per.
£10 per.
Baby, I rate
205 Ghana cedis. 205 Ghana cedis. Jesus Christ. Before we get into the fixtures for the week, let's begin with transfers because Napoli are close to signing Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea after a breakthrough in talks. Now, the Belgians of about £30 million on a permanent deal that will include a sell-on clause. I think that's a good deal, really, really good deal for Chelsea the Blues. So congratulations, my good friends.
Yeah, they made 30. Oh my boy, you did this.
No, but the 30 for Lukaku at the age of 31 is good. Hey, Lukaku at the 31.
We admit we didn't get a very good value because we bought for 97.5 million, right? We sell it for 30. It's not a very good return, but.
But you see, where he is now.
I just had a feeling that they just want to get rid of him.
Yes, because the guy is taking £325,000 every week.
I mean, that's the most important.
£325,000 every week. £325,000 every week. We give that's Lukaku's wage every week.
But when they are signing this sort of contracts with these players, sometimes I wonder.
So they just
Anyway,
okay, so and also Napoli are in talks with Manchester United over the signing of Scotland midfielder Scott McTominay. And so away from that story, Juventus are in talks with Man United over a move for 24-year-old England winger Jadon Sancho, although they are not willing to meet his £40 million valuation. So it is going to be really, really difficult for Juventus in there. Bournemouth have identified top goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga as a key transfer target with the Blues in to offload the Spaniard. So just like Manfred said.
The rubbish.
Arsenal can't sell Ramsdale up to now.
FC Porto have agreed.
You bought 2 goalkeepers.
Excuse me. Before the end of this.
What do we talk? What do we talk?
The Marvel says he can't even concentrate for 50 minutes. The Marvel says he can't concentrate for 50 minutes. You want to move by him.
Oh, we must not get a buyer for him.
Now, FC Porto have agreed a deal with Arsenal to bring back Portuguese midfielder Fabio Vieira on loan. He joined the Gunners from Porto in July 2022. That's 2 years ago, and is under contract 27. I mean, this guy, he was a good player, Odela. I don't know why. I mean, Fabio Vieira.
He has never made any impressions, Papa Vieira.
No, but I'm talking about his performance in Portugal. I mean, I watched him a couple of times.
But Arsenal, you are small for choice when it comes to midfield. You have a lot of midfield options. Merino is coming, Patis around.
Okay.
A lot of midfielders.
Leicester City have announced the signing of Ghanaian forward Jordan Ayew. Yes, the Foxes acquired the services of the player from Crystal Palace in a deal worth £8 million, with Jordan signing a 2-year contract with the club. Now, Leicester City manager Steve Cooper says he was always going to add more attacking players to his team.
I would say so, yeah, in terms of
Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper has always, all the times that he has been in the Premier League, at least for once, he has had an Ayew.
Steve
to
add to the squad. But there's not been any particular order in that being able to happen. Like I said, I think the week before, I was close to being convinced that we were adding 2 attacking players. And then they just as we thought at the end. Whatever, it's just that would have been a different order of positions of players coming in than maybe what it might be now. But we just have to take it as it comes.
Jordan's manager Steve Cooper speaking there now to the Premier League fixtures for the weekend, 11:30 a.m. lunchtime kickoff.
But before that, is it a good move?
Jordan?
Well, for me, from Palace to Leicester, no, but he's not been having enough playing time under Glasgow, so it is a good move for him. But I mean, for me,
in terms of playing time.
Yeah, of course,
he's attempt to get,
and I'm sure probably he's got some assurances from Steve Cooper. Yeah, because he's not had enough time on that.
I think Jordan will be 30,
ever since he took over.
32 next month, 33 next month.
He's 32. He's going to 33.
He came on as a sub in the last game.
Yeah. He's not been a starter for him. So we wait to see what's going to happen. But for me, he's gradually getting to the twilight of his career. So that's
but it shouldn't be
because at Palace they have your man, the French guy. What's his mention?
Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Mateta.
There's a way Steve pronounced the name.
Oh. No. Jean-Philippe Mateta. I mean, that's the correct pronunciation.
Mateta.
Oh, have you? But you were listening to commentary the other time.
They have. Is it Eduardo or something? The other guy who played.
Eduardo.
Option Eduardo. Yes. And even the wingers, there is also a Breche. I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back is that just when Michael Olise left, they brought in Daichi Kamada, who's a former player of Glasgow when he was at I think Frankfurt or so in the German Bundesliga.
But I think it should not be difficult for you to settle exactly Leicester City. Yeah, because up front, Jimmy Vardy, Fatawi Shaku, and the other guys in that. I think I expect
Vardy is a Kim.
Up front, that one there. Untouchable. He always play. If he's fit and quality, yeah.
Anyway,
all right. So to the Premier League fixtures for the weekend, 11:30 a.m. this morning. Brighton will be playing as host to Manchester United. United boss Eric Ten Hag has explained why squad rotation will help the course of his team this season.
We will see. So we have a squad. After the 1st of September,
this is
so till then
Yeah, champion coach Eric Ten Hag speaking there. 2 p.m. we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham United. Yeah, champion coach.
No one will comment. Continue.
I should continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham United. That game will start today at 2 p.m. and then we have Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. That's going to be a tricky game. Southampton will be playing Nottingham Forest before Manchester City, the defending champions, take on Ipswich Town. You know, Ike Gundogan is back in the Man City team, and his boss Pep Guardiola is excited to have him back.
Yeah,
most of the time, the manager will say that finish the transfer window.
And I know Mikel Arteta said on Sterling and was senior. I can only talk of my time with him in the past. Future
players and everyone, and the quality that he played last season in Barcelona, like he played at a high level, consistency, playing a lot of minutes games and producing a lot. It was we didn't have any doubts with the possibility. And absolutely delighted he's back.
Okay, we also have Fulham versus Leicester City at 2 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Wow, what a game it will be. Mikel Arteta is Arsenal boss. He says he trusts his players to always deliver on the field of play.
I always had that feeling, believe in our players, that we have to trust them. I have to trust them. You know, that's the only way to get the best out of your team.
I feel the man you league in the house.
Last season, before you, how much 6 points in that way?
That's something else.
Aston Villa now.
And tomorrow is no difference. It's the second game.
All the best to Arsenal. They beat you back-to-back last season.
Yeah. They're a very dangerous team. They are my first team for the top 4.
Aston Villa. But they are playing the Champions League, Dela.
Yes, of course.
Fixture congestion, it will not be easy for them.
Well, it's not them alone who are playing the Champions League.
Oh, but I mean,
the others have experience.
Like
Arsenal,
City, and the other guys.
Okay, let's move.
Unfortunately, Chelsea is playing their Conference League playoff. They have not even qualified for the.
Why is that unfortunate?
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Why is that unfortunate?
Let's not do. Okay, you finish.
They are even playing the playoff.
Conference
League playoff.
You are saying it's not
but there were seasons that you didn't get to play in the European competition.
It's still unfortunate.
No, listen. There were seasons, a lot of seasons that you didn't
It was because Conference League had not been introduced then.
Listen.
Right?
We are talking about a national team, which for so many years running,
Chelsea
struggled to play in European club football. You are not even qualified to play in European club football.
Chelsea is playing playoff in Conference League.
Somebody's playing Conference League and you have a problem.
Not even Europa.
No. Conference League playoff.
When the second at
Charlie, you finish and let's go.
Okay, Prof, let's continue.
There were years, not even a year, years, so many years.
We accept you are talking about now.
European club competition was a problem for us.
We are talking.
Hey, but do you know the consistency when it comes to Arsenal qualifying for the Champions League? I mean,
21 years.
21 years consistently they qualify for the Champions League.
Then what happened?
No, now
but you're talking about qualification. The fact that they missed out on the Champions League.
Then what happened?
Chelsea
finish it. Let's come and cook. Let's come
the
and
playoff of the Conference League. Oh, Mazenye.
The form team, even the celebrated match, they even struggled.
Left, right.
Okay, the fixtures on Sunday in the EPL. Bournemouth will be playing Newcastle United at 1 p.m. Chelsea, the Blues will travel to the Millennium to take on Wolves. Now, Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca says they will try to get their first point of the season tomorrow. Yeah, champion coach Enzo Maresca, Chelsea boss.
How many champion coaches?
Enzo Maresca is a champion.
Everything hang Enzo Maresca.
Please don't add Mikel Arteta to that squad.
And Mourinho.
Hey, Mourinho, there is a special one. He's in a different category.
He's fighting referees. So have you heard of that?
Oh, you're correct.
When they lost the Champions League. This guy.
3:30 p.m. we have Liverpool versus Brentford. So what it means is that Arne Slot will be playing his first EPL game at the Anfield, and he was asked if he's nervous ahead of his first game at the Anfield.
It's not going to be the first taste because we played Sevilla already, but it's clear that it's the first league at Anfield, and looking forward to it. But I'm looking forward to
you if you come. You know they bring paper. They bring my paper. We are right.
Debbie, you left up for the news. Me guys what print it. Till I'm far we church.
My boy, it's the last one.
But Uja we na me guys what print it and till I'm church. Marie.
A big help for us, but
not
at this moment because I'm in the middle of preparation, prepare the team for Sunday, and actually no nerves are not there.
Well, I be like this one to another champion coach. And it's Slot, yeah.
And I understand why you are giving them the champion.
Yes.
But you do the original champion coach in Ghana and he's the champion in Canada. Coach Sabutu, correct coach, champion coach. On what J now, so be no say champion.
I went from this.
No, but that's the original champion.
Tactical Sabutu.
Yeah, tactical champion.
Tactical Dukolio.
Tactical. You want the tactical Lukulio?
No.
Just say the real fit tactical.
Let's finish.
To the Spanish La Liga today, we have Barcelona versus Athletic Bilbao at 5 p.m. Real Madrid will take on Valladolid tomorrow at 3 p.m. before Atletico Madrid take on Girona at 7:30 p.m. To the Italian Serie A, Parma will be playing AC Milan. Inter Milan have a date against Lecce. AS Roma will be playing Empoli, and then we have Napoli versus Bologna. The Bundesliga began last night, right? Once again, last minute goes for the defending champions Bayer Leverkusen. Florian Wirtz scored a dramatic winner from a penalty rebound in the 11th minute of stoppage time as Bayer Leverkusen began their Bundesliga title defense with a victory against Borussia Mönchengladbach. 1:30 p.m. today we have Leipzig versus Kum before Dortmund take on Frankfurt. But St. Pauli will be playing Bayern Munich tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. And then the French Liga. Last night, Paris Saint-Germain trashed Montpellier by 6-0. Then let's wrap up with the CAF Champions League because we got some matches coming up. Interest in them. And last night, Enugu Rangers of Nigeria qualified to the next stage, the preliminary stage, after drawing 1-1 with Zilimuji of Comoros. So what it means is that they have qualified 2-1 on aggregate. Also, Dekada of Somalia were defeated against AS Arta, but eventually they qualified 5-4 on aggregate in there. Orlando Pirates also defeated Disciples FC of Madagascar by 4-0 to qualify to the next stage of the competition. Today we have CR Belouizdad versus Leopard. Raja Casablanca will be playing SGNN of Nigeria. In fact, Raja is leading from the first leg by 4-0. Young Africans will be playing Vital of Burundi. They are leading by 2-0 from the first leg. And then tomorrow, Goma here of Kenya will be playing Emirates of South Sudan. Emirates is leading from the first leg by 1-0. And then FC Samatex 1996, yes, will be playing Victoria United of Cameroon at 3 p.m. at Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday. Don't forget, Samatex won the first leg by 1-0, right? Yeah. And then to the Confederation Cup, we have TP Elexport versus Instratraman FC today at 2 p.m. Instratraman
in Yaoundé.
Yes.
Cameroon.
So the game is not being played in Chad.
No.
Yeah.
Neutral ground.
You don't have any approved
reasons and then the video as well.
So then Chad and Ghana. Okay, well, we'll have that conversation later. Zesco United will be playing Dynamos of Zimbabwe today. Zesco or Dynamos is leading from the first leg by 1-0. I'm done.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm going to say good morning to you, a good friend of mine, Anapuku Jeche. Yes, you are doing the listening. So now, good morning. Thank you very much for listening. And also to you, Mr. William, the boss, Lovin C. Good morning to you as well.
Lovin C.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? It's 3 minutes after 7. Let me give each person 7 minutes. I don't know where you want to. No interference, please. Fifi, let me start with you. I'll get to Avia. It's 3 after 7. So
3 after 7.
7:10.
No, but maybe the second. This one is almost getting there.
Okay, 4.
You start second and next.
Yeah, so that they'll finish us last. Hey,
I forgot the Turkish Super League. Oh my goodness.
We are not going to allow.
I think that for me, I'll just I'll go through the transfers. The fact that Chelsea have now gotten good money for Romelu Lukaku. I mean, it's a transfer that is very important. That's dragged for a very long time. Giovanni Mana was in London for a couple of days to try and pull the deal through, and finally they've been able to do that. I think that even if you want to do the accounting analysis, obvious people will tell you that you have to do the amortization first, take the amount of money, then see. After I did that math, Chelsea are losing some around 3 million, but the fact that the wages is going to go off Chelsea's books is a very, very good one. The handling of Ilkay Gundogan at Barcelona, I think is the same thing that is happening to almost Chelsea too and its senior players. Where if you can be a top player, if the club is in distress and they can replace you to a younger player that will have good money, that will pay less money, they'll spend less for that player, they'll do that. And that's why Barca are banking on.
They need to balance their books.
Exactly. Pedri, Gavi, and then Dani Olmo to take them through last season, because it is unheard of. Because if you look at Ilkay Gundogan, last season he played 33 matches, started all of them for Barcelona, and he was the one that had the most minutes in Barca's midfield. As I speak to you now, Frankie de Jong, who is Barca's highest earner is injured. And I think that if you look at all of these things, Barca's issue of wages has always been there for a while now. Barca gave Frankie de Jong 30 million euros annually when they brought him from Ajax Amsterdam, which is crazy.
Gundogan is 33 years.
Yeah, Gundogan is 33 years. 33. Yeah, 33 years. So they look at that 30 million that they are giving to Frankie de Jong. They've not been able to pay all post-COVID and all the issues of COVID. They look at Ilkay Gundogan, who also earns higher, says that, you know what, let's just let him go for nothing, but then we take off the money off our wage. And Pep Guardiola said, I mean, this is a player. I mean, when he was leaving Manchester City to go to Barca, at the time, he had won a treble for Manchester City. Very, very important player for them. And Pep says he wants his player back. He is going to be there. I have a feeling that the kind of team Mikel Arteta wants to build is the team that will be difficult to beat, rather than the team that will outscore you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Trying to.
So if you look at Pep, obviously he has Erling Haaland. He has all the quality players that he has in his team that will control games, that will dictate the pace of the game, that will do some excellent stuff. But if you look at Mikel Arteta and the signings that he is making this season, he has brought in Ricardo Calafiori, who is essentially another center, somebody that can play a left back, who invert and come into the middle of the park. But the most important for me about Calafiori is how physical he's going. 6'3", an Italian player, knows how to defend, can defend large spaces, can come into the middle of the park. He has also added Real Sociedad's Mikel Merino, who for me also is a direct replacement for Granit Xhaka at the left center midfield area. Somebody that can play as an 8, can play as a 6, but most importantly also again is the physical ability of Mikel Merino. So in the middle of the park, if Arsenal are playing against today, like Aston Villa, who have an Amadou Onana that can dominate a lot of large spaces with his physique and stuff like that, Arsenal will have the men to go into battle in such areas and control the game. Also with the technical players like Partey, Vieira if he's there, Martin Odegaard on the park, and of course Declan Rice is also physical but also equally very good on the technical side of it. And you spoke about how you guys have been linked to Ademola Lookman. I think that the issue of Mikel Arteta is that he wants to get the depth at the wing. The big problem, however, is that whoever that will come to Arsenal Football Club to be part of the wingers, because already there is Saka, there is Martinelli, there's Gabriel Jesus that can play there, there is Leandro Trossard that's in their team. So 4 solid wingers. There are some squad players like Reece Nelson and the likes all in the team. Whoever that Arsenal will go to, he has to be able to convince this player that he has to be good enough to play, but understand that he is not going to have a place in the team like a starting 11. He's going to be a squad player. And I think that's where the big issue of negotiation and convincing these players will come from. Because if you are going to bring Ademola Lookman, he scored in the UEFA hat-trick in there. He's a in Bergamo for Atlanta. How do you convince him that he's going to play second fiddle to Martinelli and Xhaka when he believes that maybe he's on the quality of these players? So that's where Arsenal may have a difficulty. And of course, the bigger issue is that everybody thinks that Arsenal should get a striker. I think that if Mikel Arteta is still able to maintain a defensive record, get the share of goals from everybody. Last season, Arsenal scored the most goals from set pieces. If that continues, I mean, Hove has been doing an excellent job on a set piece. Arsenal, for me, this season has everything in place to dominate games.
I think they still need it.
I think that Mikel Arteta in his last press conference said that if he is convinced 100%, and that tells me that he is not convinced 100% with Oshimen, maybe because of injury.
I'm very happy he's not convinced.
Yeah, he's not convinced 100% with Victor Gyökeres from what's his name, Sporting Lisbon. He's not convinced 100% with him, so he has to be convinced before. Benjamin Sesko, who I thought that maybe Arsenal will go for him, says he was not going to move. I've already said that Ivan Toney is not a good centre forward for any top 6 team. Nobody will go for him. Oli Watkins, not good enough. Nobody will go for him. So that's it in that regard. I think that for Arne Slot, he's getting to the point where games will come in thick and fast. He's going to know how good his team is. My issue with Arne Slot and his team is the depth. The depth that Liverpool have. But again, the steepness of moving from Eredivisie to come to the English Premier League is there. And as a coach, he's going to test himself. It's only a matter of time that will know how good that he's going to be. See, I've said this week several times that I've fallen in love with Enzo Maresca. I have. Enzo Maresca told the pressmen, the Englishman, who sought to make it look as if he is intentionally pushing Raheem Sterling aside. He reminded them that in the preseason games that Chelsea played, the first one against Wrexham, it was Tariq George, who is an academy player, that played. The second game that Chelsea played was Mihailo Modric that played. In the third game, it was Raheem Sterling that played. And he was looking at all of them. He is not 100% convinced of Raheem Sterling. Raheem is turning 30 in December. Highest paid player currently at Chelsea who plays for Chelsea last season. £325,000 per week, which is outrageous. They don't think that they get enough from him. They are looking for options. Raheem Sterling says that he is not going to be forced for a move out of the club. He will make sure that he gets a move in London for his family. One thing that made me very happy of Maresca is that he was clear to Mihailo Modric after the game against Servette. He told Mihailo Modric and the fans that, and then the journalists that this is exactly how he has been and he needs to do better. And I think I agree with him. Same, he has sent a huge warning, as you end there, big warning to his players that if you don't work hard, you are out of the team. And I think that's the most important thing. But regardless of how much money Chelsea make from sales, regardless of how much anybody defends the Chelsea project, the most important thing is that in that game against Wolves have beaten Chelsea twice last season. In fact, they are one of the team that have beaten Chelsea the most times in recent times. And Chelsea know that, and with Gary O'Neill, it's a stubborn manager and he needs to win.
All right.
If he goes to the Molineux and gets a win, then he goes away successful. If he doesn't win, then the noise will come back.
Yes, sir. The prof.
Also, so the arrangement is so.
What arrangement? No, but he spoke not long ago. That's why. Zandu.
Oh, no. Let me just. I want to.
You have 7 minutes.
I want to continue from where
Fifi left.
Where my doctor.
Obviously, yeah.
Where my medical.
Dr. Manfred.
Where my medical. Is it?
People.
Is that why somebody can report to
No.
You see, we have a Chelsea team or a Chelsea football club which has a very bad history when it comes to coaches or managers, call them managers in England. Because I remember in 2003 when Abramovich took over as owner of the club. The manager at that time was Claudio Ranieri. Remember him? He used to call him the Tinker Man. I don't know if they still call him the Tinker Man anyway. He was the manager. And then he sacked him. And he brought in his friend, Mourinho, the special one at that time. So if you go back to look at Chelsea's history in terms of their managerial attrition, and look 2003 to 2022, when the team was sold to Tobole and the Clear Lake guys, Chelsea had a total of 15 managers. 15 managers for a period of 19 years. So on average, we are looking at about 1.3 manager every year. 50 managers within a space of 19 years. But it gave Chelsea a lot of rewards. Chelsea had a lot of benefit from sacking managers. And if you go through the list of managers that Chelsea sacked at that time, some of them are very, very, very good managers. Some are selective. Carlo Ancelotti is so very active at Real Madrid. We all know what is that with Madrid in the Champions League and even in the La Liga in Spain. And there are a lot of other managers who are also very active now, who are also doing well in their choosing professional choosing field. So that is the history from Abramovich 2003 to when the team was sold in 2022. Then, after the team was sold, or even before that, out of the 50 managers that Abramovich sacked, only one person stayed there for 3 years, 3 months. So we are not only looking at the number, we are looking at how long they even stayed.
Yeah.
Only one person who was the longest serving, he stayed for 3 years and 3 months. And that's Jose Mourinho. Mourinho stayed there for 3 years and 3 months, played 185 games for Chelsea. And the reason why Mourinho stayed for 3 years, 3 months with 185 games is that he won the Premier League in his debut season, his first season at Chelsea, 2004-2005. Then the following year, he defended it. 12 months later, or the following year, which is 12 months later, he also defended it. So he stayed there for 3 years, 3 months, 185 games because of what he was able to achieve for the club at that time. Then when the team was sold to Bole and the Clear League in 2022, I think it was in November 2022 about that the team was sold to them. they have also seen 6 managers in 2 years. 6 managers in 2 years. So you can talk about Kicker, who was the manager at that time when it was when the team was taking over. Then Lampard has been there 2 times. Lampard at Everton. I had an issue with Lampard because I felt that when he was at Everton, his win percentage was just a little over 27.3%, 23.3%, which for me was woefully very bad. They played 11 games for Chelsea, won 1 due to lost 8 at Chelsea. Very bad record. But he came 2 times. There was a period that we have Bruno Sato as I think he played only 1 game as Chelsea manager. Then Graham Potter came, and Potter also lasted just a few months, and then Pochettino also came, and so that is it. Pochettino lasted 325 days, and Potter 206 days. Pochettino 325 days. So if you are a manager at Chelsea and you have this record of the number of managers that have come and gone during Abramovich's era, and if you want to look at the clearly takeover of Togboli and other guys who are taking over Chelsea now, then you ask yourself what you have to do to make sure that at least you also survive. It's about survival. You ask yourself what you have to do to make sure that you also survive, that you are also not sacked after about 325 days like Poch, or even 206 days like Potter. So you have to look at your team. So just like Fifi said, I saw Chelsea versus Manchester City the first game, and to City 2-0. I saw something in the team and the way the team is being built around Enzo Maresca. Because these players are players who were on top of their games when they were playing for their previous clubs or their former clubs. Chelsea had to spend a lot of money to bring these players in, and all of a sudden, all these players are underperforming. So you need a manager who can tell them as it is, and that's exactly what Enzo Maresca is doing. Look, this selling to them. I can understand this agent-principal relationship where the principal always wants, or the agent wants to always act in the interest of the principal. So if you leave my principal out as an agent, definitely I'll come and ask you why he's been left out. But I asked this question on Insha that time, that if you go to when Sterling was at Manchester City, because he played at Liverpool, then City before he came to Chelsea. He's been very active for 10 years now. He was left out several times at City, and nobody questioned Pep why he left Sterling out. Nobody dared go to Pep and ask him why have you left Sterling out.
It's because of the team that City paraded at the time,
and he was winning too.
So it was more star-studded than the Chelsea.
So you think that Sterling is better than the players who are playing for Chelsea now?
I think that he can walk into a Chelsea team other than a City team.
Listen, so he has just 3 years left on his contract. Just like Fifi said, he's 29 now. He's just getting to 30 years.
If I'm him, I won't go.
You stay.
He's made and take the money.
He's made
325.
He's made 81 appearances in all competitions since the summer. He was the first player that Boli and other guys signed when he took over in 2022. He has scored 19 goals and 12 assists. Last season, he scored 8 goals and provided 4 assists, to the extent that he didn't even make the English national team squad at the Euros. He couldn't make it.
His form has dipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the reality, and I think that is what the agents must be looking at, must be talking about, not whether he because he's telling he must be in the squad. Okay. We are not using names now. Just as Maresca has said, he said he's looking at players at training and getting players who want to fight and make sure that Chelsea collects the 3 points.
All right, 90 minutes after 7, Steve.
Yeah, Dela. I have personally been impressed with how Enzo Maresca.
So after your submission, we'll activate the 4 lines. Then our listeners will also call for the first part of the show.
Yeah, I think that, in all honesty, that I have been impressed with how Enzo Maresca has, handled this Raheem Sterling thing. Enough is player narrative. Enzo Maresca is a new coach at Chelsea. He comes in with a target, and he needs the players who will be able to execute the mandate he's been given. And for me, if that Raheem Sterling doesn't fit in his plans. And look, I was even shocked to have heard from him that he even engaged Raheem Sterling before the Man City game and Benchwell. And he made it clear to them that if you want to stay, I want to build a very competitive squad. So your spot in the team is not going to be automatic. You need to fight for it. And that's what he did. And I was alarmed when the spokesperson of the Raheem Sterling agency, an hour before the Man City game, came out publicly, exactly, to demand clarification on the future of Raheem Sterling at Chelsea. Once you do that, you begin to, institute sort of chaos around the team. And players have been doing this to managers, and I think it is not fair. It is hard time we give the managers the opportunity to build their own team. Manchester United supported Everton when he had the issue with Jadon Sancho. And now Chelsea too is backing Enzo Maresca. He's been honest with them. And like Javier was saying, if you look at the Chelsea front line now, which of the players can Raheem Sterling automatically displace? Is it Nkunku? He can't. Kopama, he can't. He can't. So all this Nicholas Jackson. So for me, I think if Enzo Maresca thinks that Raheem Sterling has no place in this team, he's been honest with him about why you think Raheem Sterling can start over. Exactly. So Delamy, I think that we should back Enzo Maresca. The Chelsea fans should back Enzo Maresca. The only thing I'm hoping for is that once a manager begins to be this brutal and honest, exactly, because if you don't get a result, then the English press will begin to, start asking questions. Oh, Raheem Sterling, and all that. It happened to Jose Mourinho when he had the issue with, Diego Costa and the likes at Chelsea. He didn't get the result. Eventually, he was fired. Pep Guardiola does that all the time. But fortunately for him, he's a good manager and he has the players to get a result. So Pep Guardiola, in the space of 3 years, bought about 3 goalkeepers at Man City, but it was not a big deal because he was getting the result. I'm just hoping that Enzo Maresca will get the result at Chelsea. Then I think Arsenal needs a striker. Because for me, the only reason Arsenal didn't win the Premier League last season was a top striker, especially when it is Jesus is injury prone, and he's shown consistently that he cannot be fit throughout the season. He will go out for about 2-3 months, and that's why I think that Arsenal needs a potent striker to be putting the ball in the net. Because if Arsenal get that, now they have built a all-round team, and the only thing that is lacking is a potent striker, and that's what Mikel Arteta should do.
22 minutes after 7 here on the Super Station Love 995. It's kickoff, and let me activate the phone lines now. 03220 83596 83597. Let's hear your thoughts about what we discussed on the first part of the show. We've done a lot of transfer issues here as well as the games coming up this weekend. We have Man City playing against Ipswich. We're also going to have Arsenal playing against Aston Villa and many others and other transfer stories. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Dela.
Kofi?
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you, bro?
Fiifi and who call white and white. Not be so early. Who call any? Will be Fiifi dinner on my now. What's happening?
Steve Zando.
You see, I don't know why Steve should bring in Arsenal. Arsenal, in the next 30 years, they will not be able to win the Premier League, no matter whatever players they buy.
Team now, Johnny.
Talk about Manchester United, Manchester City, and the rest. But where is Mourinho?
He's at Fenerbahce. Yeah, in Turkey.
Okay, he's doing well there.
No, he's not doing anything better. Yeah. Bye-bye. 03220 83596 83597 03220 83596 83597. Let's hear your thoughts about what we're discussing on the show, on the first part of the show this morning. 03220 83596 83597. And we're also streaming live on our Facebook page, Love 995 Extra. And so if you get an extra, if you get on extra, you're going to see us live in there. 03220 83596 83597. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Okay, Nana, your name.
Please, sorry if I have to patch in with this complaint of mine. But if there's no alternative that I can use to address this problem. If anyone of Telecel is listening, please.
Can we talk? Can we do that off air? Because I don't know really what you want to talk about. So that, say again. Okay, so we announce that for them, please. Yeah. I said, so we'll do the announcement, right? Okay, thank you. All right.
The challenge that I'm facing. Thank you very much. I'll call back.
Okay, all right. 03220-83596, 83597, 03220-83596, 83597. Program is kickoff. You're live on Love 995. When we are going to go for a short break. When we come back, we'll be doing more on the domestic front, where we have issues at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC. We have other issues that we'll be tackling. The Baba Arab pitch, how ready is going to be for, whether it's even going to be ready. The club licensing have also been going around, looking at our pitches across the country. Hello, good morning. Sorry, you couldn't stay on. 03220-83596, 83597. It's 25 minutes after 7. Let's see who's next on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ken. I'm calling from Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah. United will beat Brighton. At the lunch time.
Yeah, sure. United will beat Brighton, eh?
Certainly.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your input in there. It says United will beat Brighton. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm Henry calling from Bantama.
Okay, Henry, let's hear you, bro.
Yeah, good morning once again. In fact, I'm not a United fan, so this morning I'm praying that at early kickoff, in fact, normally it doesn't go well for my game.
I don't know how much early kickoff. I don't know. I'm in just
3 goals to nil this morning.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name, where are you calling from, please? Okay, Alex.
I hope everything is good.
Very well, thank you.
The Chelsea issue, but one number. Chelsea issue is very, very scary. The last, have a player of Raheem Sterling.
Oh, what jam?
Raheem Sterling has proven that whenever he meets his former team, I was so surprised to see Enzo dropping Raheem before that match, and I said, wow, we'll beat Chelsea, but can't watch me. The thing is, Chelsea is not going to make it even with top 8.
Okay, he says that Chelsea will not make the top 8. Thank you very much for your call. Let's see who is next on the line. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir. Hello. Oh, let's try this one and see. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from? Your name, please. Okay, we can hear you. You're a bit faint. Okay.
Can't play in his team. The team can't play in his team. Why are the English media all over his neck?
I'm going to wear English players this idea. I'm going to tell you. Okay. The voice is very, very faint. You said you're calling from Accra. Unfortunately, we can't hear you that well. But thank you very much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, we United fans.
Hey.
This is it. We are
every
something that will happen on the pitch. This is it. We are winning the Premier League.
Hey.
Not losing.
Okay.
And then Brighton will load down basketball goals. United this season.
Hey, it's Brighton. We're very stubborn.
They are not stubborn.
Okay.
As far as we are conditioning is concerned, you beat everything, including Man City.
Hey, all right, Yate. Let's see who is next there. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother De La Soul.
Yeah, Christophe, let's hear you.
Because adult education center for English language, where we teach people to read and write and speak good English like yourself. Nana Sementia Ezimo, you said I should do two for him. And then Jimmy Angela as the station manager, multimedia for my.
Let's see how many days.
Are the laws changed on ball hitting somebody's hand in the goalpost, in the corner of the thing. Because you see Chelsea against Man City, there was a similar incident. It was clean penalty, but the referee overlooked it. The referee glossed over it. You will see that hand wasn't in a natural position. You know, the hand aided him to take the ball from there. And so I don't know, sometimes we are confused about the VAR.
Okay.
So we should look at it. And then the last, Chelsea, I beg them, this season they shouldn't do that one. Because you were playing your first game at your terrain, and we can lose like that. It's serious. Yes, because we took for team, Kelvin, the team, Christophe, the team. So this year, we beg them, they shouldn't do that one.
Okay, 03220 83956 83997 03220 83596 83597. Let's see whether we can pick a last call here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, it's me again, Nana.
Okay, Nana. Yeah.
Now back to my.
Watch your course in the Madia Picket course. You come around the Nouveau. Hey, doji about.
Now,
what's it?
Course in the Madia Picket course. Why?
What's it?
Mr. Course in the Madia Picket course.
Sir.
Love the Picket course.
I don't know, love no, Hachim and Azun, love it much. I love the Picket course. Should be.
And then the couple, now they're out of it. You'll be there.